5:11.
I'd like to call the May 2nd Elkhorn City Council meeting to session. Can we start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
Bruce Lechner is absent. Tim Sharota.
Here.
Gary Payson Jr.
Here.
Ron Dunwoody.
Here.
Scott McClory.
Here.
Ken Meinell.
Here.
Carol Young. Here.
Do we have anyone here tonight for public comment? Comment, anyone? Then moving on, we have a consent agenda with 3 items on it. The council meeting minutes from April 19th, a temporary Class B beer and a Class B wine license for the Rustic Road Riders, and an amended temporary B beer license for the Walworth County Agricultural Society. Can we keep those together, or does anyone want to split them out?
I guess since apparently they're here, I guess I'd like to hear about the Rustic Road Rally since they chose to bless us with their presence. I guess I'd like to hear just a little bit about it. Just someone give us a quick 30-second update or something. Sure. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay. So the Rustic Road Rally is a 2-day event that we're holding or would like to hold at the Walworth County Fairgrounds. Proceeds from this event, number one being the beer sales, does go to Children's Wisconsin, which is formerly known as Children's Hospital Wisconsin. Last year we were able to donate $15,000 to them through this event. Proceeds that are also accrued or added to this come back to the community. We've done things as special ramp builds for whether it's elderly or children that need help that can't get the funding. We hold funds for that. We've done things for the Agape House. We just did an event for Seeds of Hope, stuff like this. So this is what this money helps us achieve throughout the year. This is our biggest, well now to date, it's our biggest form of funds to help out the community.
So for the 2-day event, I assume it's live music and beer and what else?
Well, this year we're gonna have flat track racing on Sunday.
Okay.
We have midget wrestling on Sunday.
Can we say that?
It actually can.
Okay.
Well, that's what they label it as.
Okay. We person or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. They prefer it and they're okay with it?
Yeah,
All right.
they write it that way.
Okay.
On Sunday also, we'll be doing an arm wrestling competition, 2 days full of music. We have the local, the police, they have their bike show where they come out and do all the trial courses and stuff, so they'll be out there as well. We have our motorcycle ride, which is the Rustic Road Run. That'll be Saturday. What else do we have? It's just an onslaught of events that are just gonna be happening for the community. And we really bring it out there that it is a family-oriented event, with things for kids to do out there. We try to keep everything as PG as possible. It's so the whole community can enjoy it.
And for those of us that aren't familiar with your organization, statewide or regional or?
We're based here in Walworth County out of Elkhorn. We're
Okay.
a 501.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
C3.
I've never heard of your organization before.
Well, you haven't been to the parade.
Okay.
We're the loudest ones there, apparently.
Okay.
We ride our motorcycles through it, and yeah.
I've been to the parades. Like I said, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I don't recognize the organization.
We win every
so-
year, first or second.
Okay. Good.
No, we've been in the area since 2018. That's when we became a nonprofit organization. I created the Rustic Road Riders basically in 2015 as a way to raise money for Children's Wisconsin because of my son.
Okay.
From there, it's just grown and grown and grown, through the community, through businesses that want to help us and, see us as an avenue to help that they may not.
And have you done other events where beer and wine have been sold?
Yes.
Okay.
So last year we did the Rustic Road Rally out here. We've done 1, 2, 3 events up at Children's Wisconsin, or not Children's Wisconsin, but what was it? Wisconsin Harley Davidson.
Okay.
So we've done it. So this will be our 4th event with beer sales there. First with us.
Okay.
We have got insurance through Rural Mutual.
Okay.
And we do have security based through Security Executives. which also take care of the Walworth County Agricultural Society's events.
That Hanson's group?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, we're all familiar with Chief Hanson.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Chief,
we
you got
found
any issues, concerns, comments?
Josh, you were out there last year. Was that the first time, I want to say?
That was the first time last year, yeah.
Yeah. And
Last year, it was done through the Agricultural
Yeah.
Society for
Ah,
the
okay.
licensing.
That's why it's not ringing a bell with me.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right, thank you. That's all the questions I had.
I'm good. Need a motion for the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve all 3 items.
second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Just wanted, I haven't had a chance to look at the calendar. July 2nd and 3rd and July 1st and 2nd, I assume are Friday, Saturday events? Because it says here they're closing at 11 o'clock.
Yes,
So that can't be a Sunday based upon previous minutes. That's, am I right?
correct.
Okay, all right.
Okay, anyone else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mayor's report. Nothing from Bruce or myself. I guess I'm it, huh?
That's right, that's right.
But we have a presentation from the Mental Health Awareness Proclamation and Presentation. If you could come up and introduce yourself and
If you want to stand, you can use the podium, otherwise you can use the table.
You for putting us on your agenda tonight, and the mayor and clerk Reynolds have the mental health awareness proclamation that was signed. I'm just going to briefly show a quick presentation for you, and then Lily Cooper will hear and talk to Hope Squad about Hope Squad that is in the Elkhorn area high school. So as you can see by the first slide, change starts with you. And thank you. So how will you fight mental health stigma? And this is a concern within our community and the United States, and especially in the month of May, because May is Mental Awareness Month. Thank you. So City of Elkhorn signed the proclamation last year, and I reached out to Clerk Reynolds to see if the mayor would sign a proclamation this year, which he agreed upon. And this talks about how our community can take notice of mental awareness and how important it is to break the stigma and to get resources that are available to people to help out. And we all have to do it. Every one of us has a role in playing with breaking that stigma. One way that we are doing this that we just shared with you is the May Mental Health Challenge. Each week, we focus on a topic regarding mental health. This week, it's stamping out the stigma of it by signing the proclamation and sharing it throughout the community. The 9th is talking about Meaningful Monday, doing something nice for others and can help your mental health. And it's an act of kindness and sharing it among social media. May 16th, we have self-care is not just a bubble bath or a massage, but also breathing. Share how mindfully take care of yourself to better your mental health. There's different avenues of doing that, and we ask people to share what they do on social media. And May 23rd talks about going for a walk, doing something, some form of activity to enhance your mental health. We all know that if we have a busy day at work, whatnot, we have those endorphins that need to be released, be it a run, be it a walk, exercise, kickboxing, my favorite. We want to enhance that and share that with our community. And you can inspire others by doing that. And that's let decision makers like you folks know that mental health matters and share wherever we can. And have the community talk about what they are doing to inspire others, which on Monday today, that's really what we want to get out into the community. And then sharing it on social media platforms. So all sources of the community can read about it. One other way that we are doing that is we are partnering up with our community agencies. And I'm going to have Lily share about that.
All right, thank you all for kind of just giving me the opportunity to talk about this a little bit. So I am a junior at Elkhorn High School, and I have been part of our Hope Squad establishment since about my freshman year, and I have had the opportunity to kind of connect and talk with also national members and get a little involved in that regard. However, kind of in the high school, some things that we have recently done. So our Hope Week took place back in March, and from fundraising and events just kind of that we did throughout like the school, we were able to make the donation to Matheson Memorial Library, and from that they were able to invest in some really great kind of books and just ways to get, I guess, just the community involved and aware of just mental health, and then provide some just resources in that regard. And then some additional things we have coming up kind of within the school. Our biggest project right now is the upcoming May Mental Health Month. We have a really fun, not fun, but really awesome opportunity to provide the school with this mini mental health activity day, which we have really been planning and working hard on, which will ultimately allow students to participate in just these mini mental health activities. Could be ranging from meditation or yoga to kind of coloring activities, hands-on projects. And from that, we've just are really working to get all students involved and provide kind of just these ways that all students can practice just positive mental health and just offer these resources. And so that's just one opportunity and activity we have coming up. But overall, Hope Squad really provides a lot of opportunity, a lot of resources, and just assets for students, and really gets students connected and just makes them aware, and also lets them know that they are not alone and just that there are resources for them out there, and then also provides other students like myself kind of just as a resource, and then a mean just of communication to talk to for any students who do need something of that resort.
Thanks, Lily. Hope Squad has been a big initiative here in Walworth County. As you may folks have heard about that, Human Services had received initiative to enhance all the Hope Squads within the middle school and high school of Walworth County. So we had a training with Delavan, Sharon, Walworth, all in one room to unite together. So it's not just siloed within each community. We're all working together to build this emotional wellness culture that we should live in nowadays. Also, I want to share, as Lily talked about, the mini Hope Squad Fair that we have. Community members are coming in and sharing their resources. So during the month of May, we have New Beginnings coming in and having a table out for the students explaining what mental awareness is, what resources they have for the community. We also have a SANE nurse from Aurora coming in to share their resources, as well as Children's and Treehouse confirming. So we are building that partnership within the community as well to build a stronger and resilient community. And any questions? Well, wonderful.
Thank you, great presentation.
Thank you. I appreciate the time that you give us and for signing the proclamation. I think it's really important to emphasize our mental health. Have a great evening. Thank you.
City administrators?
Okay,
Yeah.
first off, I just wanted to thank the city staff for the last 2 weeks, particularly department directors. They've been great on getting me filled in on what's going on in the city. I've had some really good tours, police chief, fire chief, BZ over the electric department. Gotten tours the library last week as well, and just been really impressed with everything the department directors are doing and everything the city has to offer. I've really been just kind of blown away with what's going on, so it's really exciting to see. As I just mentioned in the council packet, we are working on finalizing a plan to replace the 7% of our lead service lines this year, which we have to do according to the DNR. So you'll be seeing that here shortly. Also, we did have a meeting about some connecting highways money that might be coming, some projects that the DOT are going to be working on between 2027 and 2030. So that'll be good for the city, and Matt can certainly fill you in more on that. But that'll be something we'll be planning, obviously, in the years ahead. And then I just want to mention, too, that
Corey and Jesse filed our ARPA report last Friday and then filed the expenditure restraint program worksheet this morning. So we are good on that. So those are some quick highlights.
Great. Moving on to new business, Resolution 22-09, amending the Elkhorn Police Department policies. Joel?
Thank you. You hopefully had an opportunity to review the two policies that are on, or taken in consideration this evening. They have to do with the recording devices, which is basically so that we can get our body-worn camera project up and off the ground, as well as then we updated the crime victim witness policy as well at the same time. We added some language as far as the Safe at Home program that's administered by the Department of Justice into that policy that was not there before, just to kind of clarify, as well as giving some further direction within that policy. So I can field any questions that anyone may have.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2209 for amending Elkhorn Police Department policies.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
We've got a resolution awarding the sale of $2,475,000 general obligation promissory notes series 2022A. And I believe we have the representative from others here.
Where is it? It is. Okay. Good evening. I'm Joe Murray from Ellers, proud to be the city's financial advisor. I have handed out a copy of a sale day report. You should all have a copy. This kind of summarizes the events of today and the actual sale of the promissory notes. You know, things have been very hectic. A lot of turmoil going on the market right now. Unfortunately, the bids we received reflect that, but I'll talk about that in just a second. This is the borrowing of $2.475 million of general obligation promissory notes. This is to fund your 2022 capital improvement program. As part of the process, we did go back to Moody's to get a credit rating. The better the rating you get, the lower the interest rates you have. You can be pleased to know that your AA3 rating was affirmed. A copy of the rating report is on page 7 of the packet. I suggest it's worth a quick read if you want to just hear the good things that are going on. Your rating reflects that you have a modest tax base, and when Moody's is reviewing credit ratings, it's basing it across communities across the country. It's not just communities in Wisconsin, not in the area. It's how do you compare nationally to try to make it all compare apples to apples. You also have modest income levels, which is kind of holding you at that rating, but you do have strong and are in good financial shape. So that is a very strong positive, and it was noted in the report. So I think, like I said, if you want to read page 7 of the packet I gave you, I think it's worth the read. Today, on your behalf, we received 5 bids. The second lowest bid came within 3 basis points. That's 0.03%. So that shows that there were 2 firms that were very competitive in trying to buy the notes. So that was good. Northland Securities out of Minneapolis is the low bid. They came in at a true interest cost of 2.9501%. So they're like I said, that was it was good to see something below 3. Now, unfortunately, what I have to tell you, and I told Adam that I would be the one that gets caned because this is his first meeting. When I was before you back in March, we had projected a true interest cost of 2.3%. So this came in 65 basis points higher than what we had projected. So what does that mean? That means the interest cost is going to be about $110,000 more than what we had projected it was going to be. That is a downside, a negative. But as I said, rates have skyrocketed. They have been going that direction since the beginning of the year. In the 6 weeks since I was before you, when we talked about the pre-sale report, they're up 66 basis points on 11 of my report, it's the very last page, you'll see this is a chart of the municipal bond buyers index, and you can see how that spiked. And that's just, it's news to me. You know, I got into this business back in 2007 when rates were down and have been low, and they still are low. It's just we've been in such a low environment for so long, it's really hard to see it spike as quickly as it has been this year. There is one good piece of news is that when we were seeing that rates were going up, I gave an updated projection to Corey and the city at that time, trying to prepare everybody for what I anticipated was going to be poorer news than what we originally talked about. And these bids actually came in $31,000 less than I had projected back in the middle of April. So not good news from where we were in March, but good news from where we were in the middle of April. They came in a little bit lower. So besides it having a total cost and interest of about $110,000 more, what does that mean for your tax rate? The tax rate, it's minor. For 2023, it's going to be 2 cents more than what we had projected. It's going to go up to $2.76 per thousand just for your debt, as opposed to $2.74 is what we had projected back in March. So it's very close. Another good piece of news is that these were structured as a discount bid where the underwriter gets their compensation off the top by paying you less than face value. But this came in at a premium bid, which means in return for them putting on higher interest rate coupons to sell it to their investors, they gave you cash and paid more than the face value. So this allowed us to put an extra $37,000 in your project fund. So if there are cost overruns, and all of my clients, besides rates going up, they're finding all their project costs have gone up from what they expected. So this will provide about $37,000 more to help buffer that in case something happens. So with that, there's a lot of information in here. I've kind of covered it, highlighted it. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Questions, anyone?
Does resolution need to have a number?
Write it on when we sign it. It was in the packet with the number, but
Right.
this is the updated one, so I didn't edit it
Okay,
yet.
yeah, I just noticed that it didn't have a number on the agenda, and I thought, well, I'm pretty sure it has to have a number. So, I'll make a motion to approve the resolution.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Scott McClory,
Yes.
Carol Young. Yes. Ken Minell,
Yes.
Ron Dunwoody.
Yes.
Gary Payson Jr.,
Yes.
Tim Sharota.
Yes. We've had a change. We are not going to adjourn into closed session tonight. So I guess we could just have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?